I have everything in my life except the woman in my life, and no matter what I've ever done, and I always will be a true romantic at heart. I'll always be a gentleman at heart. I'll always treat a woman right. But you have to synchronize this into your consciousness, into your mind, that the truth of it is, no matter how good you treat a woman, it does not matter in the end. It appears like to me, and I watched a video about this as well, and I'm kind of sort of mirroring off a reflection of this person's words. However, but resonating, like re-envisioning my words into it basically is so very true because it doesn't matter how good you treat somebody. So it's true because no matter how good you treat someone, it's all up to that individual should he or she decide to stay with you or not. And like I said, I have everything in my life. I got hella racks. I got a brand new car. I got a sports car, luxury car. I've got all the designer clothes. I got tattoos. I've got everything in my life. You know what I mean? I've got the physical looks. I've got the physical traction. I've got a good personality, good heart. I've got good health. I'm blessed by the divine source of the creation of the universe and abundantly blessed. And I constantly feeding words of positive affirmations into the universe. I pray and manifest every day of my life. I'm constantly having to re-envision myself and having to create deeper pathways into my spiritual alchemy, into the rituals of my life. My rituals consist of consistency, hard work, determination, self-belief. I believe in myself when nobody else does. And for my haters, for my stalkers who refuse to keep my name out of their mouth, they are thus destroying themselves. And karma is a real bitch. Trust me on that. So, I have everything in my life. Like I said, I've got a good personality. I've got my goals, my intuitions in my life. I set forth manifestation of positive thoughts and re-envision my future as well as my present now. I'm becoming closer towards a divine source, a divine essence, divine cosmic consciousness and wisdom, knowledge every day of my life. I'm constantly working throughout my degrees and my lodges, being a frauder, being a lodge brother, having to put back into my community, change the world every day of my life. I'm signing petitions, raising advocacy and awareness every day of my life. But the one thing I don't have a woman in my life. And, it's not so hard to ask for. It's not much to ask for someone to be committed to you, for someone to be loyal, someone to open lines of communication, to be honest with you, to be honest with themselves. And it's not a difficult or impossible act of God to request of somebody to not be toxic, to not be narcissistic or be a liar, pathological liar, or abusive, someone who, all I've seen to have gravitated toxic women towards me were people that are artificial, very fake, people that ghost, leave you up on red, they play mind games with you, pull at the heartstrings of your emotions and trying to corrupting your soul and your spiritual vessel and the external beauty for who you are. And I'm not about that life. I'm not about ghosting. I'm not about abusing anybody. I'm not about manipulating anybody. I'm not about anything in my life. All the women I've taken on date nights, they were perfect. My best friend and I had a deeper, insightful, intellectual conversation regarding this last night. It's like we were both baffled and confused because I'm doing everything right, and my investment on my power as a single human being who all I do is to do right, and the law of karma and the law of correspondence, the law of attraction. I'm having to be optimistic. I'm having to constantly working towards manifestations and goals, towards finding somebody in my life, and not just that, but change the world. And It's like, we explain about it. Like, all I do is do right by everyone. I don't say anything bad. I don't do anything bad. We have a perfect date night, and the next thing you know, like next day, they just fall off the map, and they say that they want to get to know you, but all these toxic women do is try to manipulate and use me for my physical attraction. I keep hoes away from me. I'm not about strippers like hookers or OnlyFans or whatever else. I'm not about that life. I'm really not. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it for a long-term serious relationship with someone serious in my life, and I'm not going to be fucking single forever. I refuse to sacrifice myself, to lose myself to pleasing or impressing others. And anymore, I'm having to lose everyone around me simply by embracing my authenticity, my genuine self, my rawness and realness for my emotions, because I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm brutally honest and I tell like it is, But at the same time, I'm respectful. I'm not a douchebag about it. So I'm losing everyone else around me simply by me accepting my self-worth and reminding myself that I'm enough every day of my life. And my deceased best friend, Jamie, he constantly reminded me this, that I'm enough. Before he passed away, he was reminding me that I'm enough. That I need not to sacrifice myself at the expense of others, to sacrifice myself for others to try to drag me down to their level. And while my existence is isolated and lonely as hell, all I have are the support of my lodge brothers and sisters who are truly there for me. They are the grassroots and fundamentals and foundations of unconditional love and acceptance. And for that, I am free. I am liberated. I am enough. I don't even need to try to be accepted. Truly magnificent, profound, to be accepted, be loved for who you are. But outside of lodges, I cannot find my acceptance. I cannot find my place of belonging in this world, and thus it leads to my ultimate untimely demise, if you will. Like, I'm tearing myself inside out and having to sacrifice or compromise my happiness, my peace, to be robbed from me, because people cannot accept me for who I am. People cannot accept how authentic and real I am. Unapologetically me, I'm brutally honest, so I refuse to apologize to be anything else except for myself. So if you find yourself offended because of my existence, because of me being alive, and if that's a trigger to you, and if that's a source to your trauma, then fuck you. Fuck you very much. Because I refuse to change. I refuse to absolutely change in this world, to bending myself to the will of other people around me who cannot accept me for who I am. So right here, right now, I'm gonna let you know that I'm alive and well, and I'm happiest in myself. And you cannot destroy me. So you know what? I accept myself. I accept the blessings from the divine source, from God, the creation of the universe. The grand architect of the universe has blessed me once again in another chapter of life, to be alive. And it's the most beautiful thing in this life, to be yourself and to live my life accordingly, to know that I don't have any regrets. And other people should feel ashamed of themselves, because they're the ones who had fucked me over, and then they try to gaslight me and try to villainize and scrutinize and bullshit on me when you were the villain, when you were the one who was at fault. I'll look at you dead in the eye to tell you that you are toxic as fuck. For some of these women who broke my heart, to fuck me over, to sit here and play stupid mind games with me, I'm not falling for it. I'm not your victim. I refuse to be your victim. Alright? I refuse to be your victim. So I'm alive. I'm proud to be me. Change my mind.